and this is the Aohi Starship 240 watt battery pack. Aohi? I don't know how to pronounce that, but full disclosure, they did send me this for free to review. However, they do not have any input on this review, and they are not paying me in any way other than sending me this free piece of tech. Now, I saw them originally when they started out a while back. They started out as a Kickstarter, and it just took off and exploded. And now they have just been putting out product after product, and I've wanted to get my hands on it and test them out for a while. So first of all, thank you for sending it over. When they offered to send it over initially, I was skeptical until I remembered the Kickstarter, and also I'm a glutton for battery packs, so of course I accepted and was happy to test it out. Additionally, for anyone who's still a skeptic, generally I'm an Anker stan, and I've got, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 different Anker batteries that I travel with me when I'm on the road. I love anything that is powered by USB-C and rechargeable, especially if it can also be powered by these types of battery packs and charge all of my other devices. Now, over the years, battery packs have increased in both capacity as well as the throughput, the amount of wattage that you can do at one time. Now, for a while there, you weren't able to charge laptops. Now, I'm happy to say that with the modern battery packs, you can. And this is one of them. Now, the total output here is 240 watts. That being said, you can still only do a maximum output of 140 watts out of each of the USB-C ports on the top. Taking a look at the device, it is a soda can factor. You've got 2 USB-C ports up top and 1 USB-A port. The USB-C ports can be used for input or output, so that's charging the battery itself or charging your devices, depending on which you need at the moment. And the USB-A, the old school normal size USB slot there, is only used for charging your devices, not for charging this. My guess is simply because it's not fast enough as a charging standard. The battery has a solid build quality, being built out of a polycarbonate plastic of some sort. It does feel a little bit thin up on the top, but it's not anything that I have felt has the ability to come off or has affected its performance. One other thing to note about the capacity is that it is airline safe, which means it meets the TSA regulations that you can take it in your carry-on on an airplane with no problem and continue powering your devices throughout the flight. One downside that I did note with this, and maybe it's a bug, I can find out from them and leave it in the comments. In order to charge the battery pack, I plugged in my USB-C, which was plugged into the appropriate charger, and it didn't actually charge. The only time it started charging when that was plugged in is when I pressed the power button on the side here. I do wish it had automatically turned on and started charging. Another thing I forgot to mention about the front here, and this is something that I have loved from our friends over at Anker, is that you have a screen on the front here, which is a little bit hard to see in the daylight, but it does show you how much percentage of your battery remains, as well as the current amount of electricity that is being pulled from your devices when you plug them in. This is helpful because you can wonder if, for example, your MacBook is charging at the correct wattage, or if your phone is charging at the high speed, or if it is only using a little bit of juice and you're using the wrong kind of cable or something along those lines. If you're in a pinch and you need this done quickly, you want to be getting the maximum speed out of this, which this is capable of doing. I had a scheduled power outage in the studio the other day, and so I went to a co-working space, but of course I forgot to bring my charger for my laptop. However, I had this in my backpack and was able to charge my laptop to over 50% in just 30 minutes so that I could continue working for most of the rest of the day before I had to leave and go find somebody who had one that I could borrow. I'm preparing to go on the road next week for Google's largest cloud conference, Google Next, and I will definitely be bringing this with me in my backpack alongside of my other Anker batteries that I always travel with when I'm on the go. Devices like these have been adding screens to them for some time now, and I've had the question asked to me in the past of, well, why? And the answer is very simple. Instead of the little 4 dots that you don't really know, okay, well, how charged is it? Okay, it's 20%, 50%, etc. You can sort of tell that from the dots, but having an actual percentage number on the screen to tell you how much battery life you have left on this, or if you need to charge it, is always very helpful. One last thing to note about this is that I really like the design of the black or almost gunmetal steel color as well as the yellow on here. I think it is a really sleek design. I've gotten compliments already on it as I have just been out and about using it, and really looks futuristic and very cool. Not that you should buy it for that purpose, however, it is always a bonus when something is designed well. I did manage to get a 15% off coupon code for everybody. If you want to use it, it is TabGeeks15 off. I'll leave the actual code in the description below, but the G in TabGeeks is capital, everything else is lowercase. The name of this is Aohi, again, pronunciation I'm not sure. The Future Starship, as I believe you can see on the box here, and it costs $139. I did notice a couple of typos on the website, so hopefully they'll get those fixed soon, but overall, I would recommend this product for anybody who's looking for a large capacity mobile battery pack for charging your devices on the go. If you have questions and comments, please drop them down below. I'll do my best to answer them as I continue to test and use this on the go, and hopefully I'll be testing the rest of their lineup as well. As always, thanks for watching.